Gale force has arrived. It's Chris Gale, the West Indies batsman scoring the first ever double century in World Cup history. So it's been over 100 sixes already in this tournament, and Chris Gale has just scored 16 of them in one single innings. Wow. Now let's see the great man in action. It's the West Indies against Zimbabwe in Canberra. Chris Gale, who survived a close LBW review of his first ball, cut loose and blasted a brilliant 215 off just 147 balls.
Oh dear, put it down. He's gone for it.
Oh yeah.
Has it hit that well enough? Cut away and 4.
Gone. No, you're giving it length. 2's the call. But it's 4. A double 100 for Christopher Henry Gale. Goes down to the boundary for 4.
Marlon Samuels made an unbeaten 133 as the pair shared a world record stand for an ODI international of 372 runs. Zimbabwe's chase struggled from the off as captain Jason Holder, 3 for 48, and Jerome Taylor, 3 for 38, took control.
That could be out down the third man and is. That's a good shot.
Brendan Taylor, 37, and Sean Williams, 76, led the fight back.
50 for Sean Williams.
Craig Irvine also chipped in with a half-century.
Fantastic shot down.
But their hopes of an unlikely victory faded as wickets tumbled, including 2 wickets for Gale. Zimbabwe eventually bowled out for 289. I have to say that was a great effort from Zimbabwe there, really pushing the West Indies, but at the end of the day it was the Gale show, adding 2 wickets to that magnificent 215. And here's a stat for you, because I know you like a little stat, don't you? Sachin Tendulkar scored the first ever ODI double century 5 years ago to the very day that Chris Gale has just gone and scored the first ever double century in World Cup history. Not only that, he scored 16 sixes in one innings, a World Cup record as well. And not to mention that fantastic partnership with Marlon Samuels of 372, eclipsing the previous one held by Sachin Tendulkar and Rahul Dravid back in 1999 against New Zealand. It wasn't just me getting excited about this innings, social media was going crazy. And Afghan batsman MS Shahzad said, "Wake up call, Gale storm is back. All bowlers are not safe." They certainly weren't today. Also on Twitter, @Ahmed Nashad said Gale went from 151 to 201 in just 12 balls. Now that is a stat and it was amazing. @Pankajaz said we should name the day Chris Gale Day. Even before this game, I really thought that West Indies could threaten some of the favourites and become the dark horse of the tournament. Well, what did the stars of the World Cup think? Let's have a look.
I'd have to say dark horse. Look, I won't say dark horse, but the other competitive team I think will be New Zealand.
Well, Sri Lanka, they can be the dark horse, and at the same time, you never write off India. They are the defending champions.
Afghanistan.
Dark horse, you can't say anything in this type of big event. You know, anytime any team can upset anyone, any lower team can upset any big team.
The West Indies are probably the ones that I think could really do some damage in this tournament. You know, a very strong bowling lineup and an extremely strong batting lineup, and if they can get it all working, I think they could win.
I think India still, obviously they've had India a good outside bet because they've had a tough winter. They've played some not so great cricket, but they've got some good players, and you know, obviously Virat Kohli's a world-class player, and they've got a great batting lineup.
I think England's going to be a dark horse. They've got a wonderful bowling attack, and they're just building around their team right now in terms of batting. Some of the key players are coming into form, so they're going to be a bit of a dark horse. And having said that, the champion side's going to be India.
A lot of different opinions there. Mitchell Johnson slightly agreeing with me in thinking that the West Indies could cause a few upsets. But we want to know, who do you think is going to be the dark horses of the tournament, or who's going to cause the next upset? Simply comment below or tweet us with the hashtag CWC Daily. But that's it for today. Come and join us tomorrow as we see Ireland look to push towards the quarter-final as they take on the UAE.